starting with the gracious name of Allah Almighty. Dear students, Assalamu Alaikum. We once again welcome you to Army Public School PMA Resource Network. Before we start our today's session, please subscribe this page and click on the bell icon to receive the notifications of our upcoming videos well in time. In our today's subject English language, we will study Unit 4 Nice Weather, and we will also start Unit 5 Animal World. Students, it's week 10. In our subject English language, we will study Unit 4 Nice Weather. The subtopics to be covered today are past simple and story time. We will also start Unit 5 Animal World. Students, before going down into the lesson, it would be profitable for you to see the learning objectives. So let's see. Learning objectives are to know about the structure and usage of past simple, to solve the given exercises by applying the past simple properly, to write short story in the form of paragraphs, and to read the online article carefully to answer the given questions accordingly. We have talked about tenses many times before, and today we are going to see simple past. But before that, it would be fruitful to see some basics of the tenses. There are 3 times in which a certain action can occur. They are present, past, and future. Now, there are 4 states of actions. State of action means condition of action, which shows whether the action is completed or still going on. So we have 4 states of action. First is simple. We call simple state as indefinite state also. Then complete, which means perfect. The action is completed. Third is in progress, means continuous state where action is still going on. And the last one is complete as well as continue, and we call it perfect continuous state. Now is the time to see simple past in detail. Let's see the structure first. In structure, first of all, we have subject. Subject is the doer of the action. Then we have verb, and verb in its second form. And at the end we have the object. Students, here is a secret and special note about simple past, and that is past simple tense is the only tense in which we use the second form of the verb. Means rest all the tenses take either first form, third form, or present participle form of the verb. So past simple is a unique tense. Why? Because this is the only tense in which we use second form of the verb. Now move towards the usage. We use past simple to describe an action which began and ended in the past. Now it would be more clear to you if we see some examples in the coming slide. Here are some examples. First is, my father worked in Dubai for 4 years. Second, our teacher gave us some extra homework. Third example is, what did you see when you went out? And the fourth is, they went to the hill station to spend their holidays. Now, in these examples, the verbs used are second forms. Worked, gave, did and went. They are all second form of the verbs. Students, when we talk about the second form of the verb, we should also see the regular and irregular forms of the verbs. When we talk about the regular verbs, they are the verbs whose second and third forms can be made by using D or ED. Whereas the irregular verbs are those whose second and third forms cannot be made by using D or ED. For example, go. Second form of the verb is went, and the third is gone. Go, went and gone. If you see, second and third forms are different from the first form. So these are known as irregular forms of the verbs. Now if you want to have a grip on irregular form of the verbs, you must see the pages of your workbook. Pages are 85 and 86. There you will find a handsome amount of irregular verbs. Dear students, we have talked about simple past in detail. Now is the time to see your written work of this week. Your written work is from your workbook. Complete the exercise given in workbook page 32. Exercise number 1 is multiple choice answer. So, you have to choose and circle the correct answers. Exercise number 2. Complete the story with the past simple form of the verbs in brackets. Students, in exercise number 2, you have been given different options in bracket, but you have to choose simple past tense to complete your story. Now, exercise 3. Write simple sentences or questions about what the people did or didn't do on their holidays. In this exercise, some pictures are given to you. You will see those pictures on page 32 and then write a sentence about what the people are doing in those pictures. Now this is the last topic of Unit 4 and this is speaking. Story time. Students, we all have heard stories in our childhood and also read in books. So storytelling is an art. You must remember stories that your grandparents and mothers must have told you when you were young. In this lesson, we will be making up a story after looking at the photos. Okay. Now look at these points. Choose a photo from the two given on page 54 of your textbook. Study them and find out what is happening. So you have to look at the photos very carefully. Then make up a story around the photos. Use appropriate vocabulary. Look at the last point. It is very important. take help from the useful phrases box and use the given phrases to make your story interesting. So students, you can use any appropriate phrase from the useful phrases box which is given along with the photos. So try to write a good story. Students, here are some tips which will surely make your story interesting. So, your story will be interesting if you begin with an exciting situation. Use appropriate words and phrases to bring life to the situation you are describing. So first of all, your beginning of the story must be so appealing so that the readers go on reading the whole story. Along with this, choose such words and phrases which suit to your situation. Now come to the written work. Students, you have to write down a short story in the form of paragraphs, and the word limit for your story is 125 to 150 words. You can also take help from student book page 54. Students, we have completed our chapter 4 successfully. Now is the time to move towards chapter 5. Its name is Animal World. The topic which we are going to see today is reading. How do animals survive? Students, animals are the symbol of nature. They are the beauty of this world. So we have to be kind and caring to the animals. In this week you have a reading task from your chapter 5 Animal World. Have you ever thought? Students, these two are the points to ponder upon before reading your online article. First is, do you ever wonder about animals in the wild? And second, how do they survive in their habitats? The white polar bears of the Arctic, the penguins in the Antarctic, the camels in the scorching desert, the marine life in the deepest ocean. So, think about these 2 points before reading How Do Animals Survive? After reading carefully, your written work is here. Read or listen to track 5 and answer the following questions. Question A. Which habitat does the article mention? Question B. What 2 special abilities do the 3 animals described in the article have? For next question, let's move towards the coming slide. Let's see the next question. Question C. What is the greatest threat that animals face? And the last question, question D is, think of any other animal that lives in the cold areas and is in danger of extinction. Write down the reasons that are responsible for its near extinction. So students, these are the questions to be written down. At the end, we should see some key points to do the task of this week successfully. So here is your success criteria. Remember that we use second form of the verb in simple past. Apply the simple past correctly in the given exercises. Write short story in the form of paragraphs by choosing one of the picture and listen to the audio track carefully to answer the given questions. I hope this video will be profitable for you. I would like to say, be kind and caring to the animals in your surrounding. Thank you so much.